Hey, I'm Jake from Foxscapes, and I'm taking you into a day in a life as a foreman. It's Jake here with Foxscapes. It's Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. We got some guys rolling in at this time. It's a busy time in the morning. Got crews running in, mow crews, lawn care crews, landscape crews. But we're out here getting everybody loaded up this morning. I loaded Roger up with some bays. I took 8 yards of topsoil out to my job in Grand Ledge. We got a little bit to spread today, Harley rake, and we got sod coming about between 8 and 10. So that's what we got going on today. We're gonna roll out there here in a minute, just waiting for the guys to show up. 8:30, we're on site. As you can see, our sod showed up. We got the guys over there starting to lay down sod. As a foreman, we got to keep these guys busy, keep them working all day. So my job is to feed them sod and to spread out some of this topsoil we have. Little touch-up spots here and there. I got to get the Harley rake going. But yeah, that's what we got going on this morning. Getting the sod laid, Harley raking, staying in front of them guys, feeding them sod. Once they get so far, then I can go back over there and start cutting in the sod. Just stay ahead of these guys, keep them working, keep them going. So throughout this job process, we had the Kubota out here to move 36 yards of topsoil. We got our dingo out here. It's good for maneuvering tight spots, especially on the other side of the house. There's a lot of irrigation, a lot of drainage pipes. So the Bobcat couldn't fit, so we used the dingo to get in them tight spots. We had an auger out here because we did 8 trees out back. It's easier to auger the holes because this ground out here is super hard, super hard. The guys were struggling, so brought in the auger, did them holes, had them trees in within a couple hours. So that made it go real easy. We got the Harley rake out here, which is in the trailer. I'm about to get that out here shortly so I can go through and smooth out the yard where I just spread a little more dirt. So there's some things that will make our job a little easier out here. We got these drain pipes coming out, 4-inch PVC. We leave them a little high until we get grade set, and then we come around with the Sawzall, cut them off. So we can get the sod in here. The sod will fit nicely around it. You won't ever see it. Another job as a foreman is I got my guys out back doing the bulk of the work. I'm gonna start cutting in edges on this sod, cutting in here. I just finished topping off this bed a little bit. It was a little thin on mulch, so just little things that we gotta check on. Trust my guys to do the work, but as a foreman, you need to go back through and make sure the mulch is good around the plants, the good thickness, Through the beds we did a stone bark with a cedar mulch. So make sure that cedar is good and nice in circles around the plants. The group of guys that I have with me today, we made a deal type of thing. They'll do the bulk work, I'll do all the edges, the detail, the cutting in. It's not very hard, but as a foreman, you want to make sure it's getting done right, especially in these noticeable areas that the client's going to see. Make sure it's really nice, really good. Make sure all the sprinkler heads are cut out so they can pop up like they're supposed to. So at the end of the day, we will turn on the irrigation, make sure it's popping up, everything's good, not catching anywhere, and everything's getting good, adequate water. All right, so there's spots right here. You can see our flags. We use Site 1 flags all the time. We always leave it in there when they roll side out. I tell them put the flag back so I know where the head is so I don't have to find it. But push down, make an indentation on the bottom of your side. Then you can cut out a nice little circle, make it easier. Stretch it out a little bit so you can expose that head so you know it has room to pop up, and we don't have to fight with it later. I turn on the irrigation, everything should pop right up. We won't have no spots where the side's blown up like this and it's flooding water everywhere. So this makes it easier. Then we put that flag back in so I know. So when I do these cutting around the edge on the side, I find it's a lot easier if you use a knife. Some people like to use a stick edger, but I feel like the knife gives it just a cleaner look. But I always do my edges. Obviously you usually cut real close. I cut a little more, leave a little extra. And you can see it's a little too much, but most people won't roll their edges down and tuck it in nice, so you know that side is right up tight to their edging. Wherever you have like empty spots or anything, maybe leave a couple pieces so I can fill in.
Okay, let me put my shoes on.
Yeah, look it.
You gonna have enough size?
I think we got like 3.5 left, 4 left. I'm gonna bring in that half a pallet. Another thing as a foreman, you kind of want to walk through the site behind the guys. I know I'm cutting the edges in and focusing on making sure all the sprinkler heads are cut out, drain tile grates are cut out. But as I'm walking through and double check these guys, you know, like little seams like this, make sure the edges are tucked. You got another one here, just kind of like little bits of details, you know. The guys are prepped for getting the job done and going fast. Sometimes their quality is not always there, so as a foreman you always want to double check their work just to make sure. I mean, there's a few spots here and there, so their quality is pretty good, because here at Foxscapes we teach people the right way how to do things and tuck their seams and put everything together right. So we just double check everybody. Another key thing as a foreman is good communication with your designer / project manager, whether it be Luke, PJ, Nate, whoever's in charge of the job. Just going over things with them so you're in good communication to get jobs done. Over here we had a berm. He wanted a little smaller berm, but I went upon myself and made it a little bigger because there was a ton of roots, ton of rocks. I later communicated that with my project manager and he was totally fine with it. He gives us the power and trust to get jobs done how they want to be, and the client was super happy with it. So that's a good thing to have, is good communication. I would just bring it right over,
like 2 rolls, 2 3 rolls.
right over to here.
Yeah.
And then
one more straight.
And then do one, just go straight right here with that red flag, and then just rake that little.
That's 3 here, 2 right there, 2 right there, and 1 right there.
Yeah, I would just rake this little bit back, and then we'll come over here with the dingo and pick some of it up. So right here, we have a design. Our designer laminates and gives us, usually they're front and back. You know, it tells us plants, dimensions. Some of them, like you can see on this one, where it will tell you how big the beds are. But sometimes it doesn't always work to scale. We get out here, their measurements might be a little bit off, but it's a good map to what we're doing. Sometimes we get out here and we have to make it a little bigger to fit the plants. Sometimes we have to make it a little smaller. Like I touched on earlier with this berm back here, he's got the dimensions on here, so I made it 39 foot by 10 foot wide, but I elevated it a little more. So there's just little things as a foreman that we have to make changes to. It happens on every job. No designer's perfect. It happens. He does his best. He gives us the best footprint to this job. And there's little things we have to change here and there. Thanks for coming along with us today. You've seen a typical day in a life as a foreman here at Foxscapes. Just about wrapped up with this job. Got a couple loose ends to finish up, but button it up and we're out of here.